Discovery, roger. Go for deploy.
Alrighty, guys. Welcome back to part 2 of Adventure Fit Radio. That doesn't make any sense.
Well, let's go with it.
Yeah, just go. Okay. This week on part 2 of Adventure Radio, fuck's sake, we are interviewing Mac again. Fuck's sake. Nah, he's a legend. I'm not actually sure where we're going to cut this one from last week.
No, we normally record this straight after the show, so we don't even know where this conversation ends. But it was a really interesting conversation.
It was.
So Mac's a great guy. He's a great friend of ours. He's one of the guys that I talk to. Probably the number one guy I talk to when about life, really. I'm not a client of his. I'm just a friend. But
well, you're a friend that also pays him $1,000 to speak to.
No, it's not. No, not what I call. Not what
That's
I call
not
it
it at all.
Not what I call it.
Could be any more wrong if you try.
But so if you guys want to know about what a life coach is, well, this is what this discussion is about, I suppose. So we wanted to really break it down and kind of make it in readable terms and readable, palatable terms for everybody. And it was just a really good chat. Matt came up with lots of different kind of ways to improve your outlook and your life, basically.
Yep, it was good. I liked it. I definitely got some stuff from just talking to him.
He's not a bad bloke.
Yeah, he's all right.
So it'll be good.
6 out of 10
you guys will really enjoy this. There's a good amount of banter too. So we are brought to you by True Pride. Head to www.truepride.com.au/ADVF and get on the phone with those guys. If you want to create some wealth, they are a wealth creation service that will work with you and help you get there. If you decide to go ahead and join up with Carve, you'll have a $297 joining fee waived on the spot if you go through our link. We're also brought to you by
Adventure Fit Travel.
And
Carve.
Also, yes.
Yes. So have we spoken about Carve? I literally dazed off there.
No, we haven't.
Okay, so we're going to speak about Carve now. Carve are a wealth creator. Carve, guys. Now, guys, if you want to, so let me paint a picture here for you. You're sitting at home. You're on your desk. It's a balmy 24 degrees. The wind's coming through. You've had a good day. Then you get home and you're just kind of like, shit, I've just got to finish off this project. I've got to finish off this assignment. I've got to get that work done. I've got to make that deadline. I haven't closed the Henderson account yet. If that is you and you haven't closed the Henderson account yet, then head to Carve because Carve will help you out. And if you sign up, you're probably going to be able to close the Henderson account in that initial 10 free hours before you actually have to start paying Carve any sort of money. Now, they get a great income over there. So if you need to close the Henderson account, close the Stevenson account, open the Duncan account and worry about the Morrison account on Sunday, look, I'd be heading to Carve. Find the guys at Adventure Travel, get all the stuff from Adventure Travel. We'll speak about that during the show.
No, we won't.
Are we going to speak about it now?
Yeah, we never speak about it during the show.
We spoke about it. Yeah, that's true. We never speak. Now, so Adventure Travel, guys, let's paint a picture here. So, you haven't closed the Henderson account, and
you're such a goose.
All right, lots of cool trips coming up from Adventure Fit, guys. A lot of custom trips now. Actually, there's a new one happening in Thailand. There's one happening next year early in Mexico. CrossFit Games will be happening next year, Bill. All the good stuff.
So use the code word. Head to www.adventuretravel.com, guys. What we're trying to do is we're trying to be the world's best adventure travel company for the fitness community. So we plan the coolest holiday we can possibly plan. We get world-class coaches like Dimitri Klokov, Carl Paoli, Mike Bergner, Kenny Leverich, anyone you can think of.
Yep.
We get them involved and we put it all together in a nice package. Head to www.adventuretravel.com and use radio as a code word if you want 10% off any and all of our trips.
Here's the show.
Look, the life coach thing, and I'm not meaning to sound harsh here, but for what you're talking about here, to me, sounds like a psychologist.
That's what I was saying.
Sounds like a life coach is an untrained psychologist.
Yeah.
But this is what, and I'm not saying this to demean you, obviously, in any way. But the point of the matter is, if you get results, you get results.
Yeah.
Like, Tony Robbins obviously is like your pinnacle, I would imagine.
Yep.
So is he a psychologist? Is he trained in psychology?
I don't know what his background is.
Neither do I, but I don't believe that he is.
No.
I don't think that he is.
Does he get results?
That's right. This
I
is
get
Exactly.
results.
this is what I mean. So it's like what's when you take a pill and it's a placebo?
Yeah.
It's the placebo effect.
Yeah, the placebo effect, yeah.
I'm not saying you're a placebo, but the fact of the matter is whatever you're doing works.
It doesn't matter.
A placebo can work with because it's how the person processes it, you know? And that's basically what we're talking about. You have skills that you've acquired. How the fuck did you come about, like, wanting to do this and learning all this shit, you know?
Because I had to go and find out who myself was, and I just became addicted to learning.
Yeah, right.
I became addicted to why do we do things? And so that just snowballed, and I met this person who put me onto this course, who did this, who did that. And it's just led me on a journey. And from what I've learned, it's just like, I just want to share my knowledge with people. And so I'm running retreats next year. And so it really depends on this is the beautiful thing about it. You can be a business person and come and see me, and we can strategize for business. You can have some sort of personal issue going on and strategize. So I charge on the outcome, not the time that you're with me. And so once the outcome's done, bang, we're good.
Yep.
And then in my retreats, what I do is teach people on, say, foods, and that foods are medicine, and what foods to eat to increase your libido, and what foods to eat when, and when to have coffee during the day, and stuff like that. So
going back to your thing, Tommy, the way that I probably look at this is in a way, and not taking it back to fucking myself, but when I was coaching in the fitness industry, I had never studied exercise science. All I had was a bunch of skills that I'd picked up from a shitload of learning that I'd done. I'd paid to go do this course, do this thing, do this, all along the way. And I was a much better coach than a lot of fucking people that studied exercise.
That's the thing as well.
Because I could relate it to people and I could deal with people well. So I got results. And I hadn't studied fuck all. But I knew from my own personal experience. So
it's a shit way of the world nowadays.
I've invested over $30,000 for my knowledge.
Yeah.
Right?
But even if you hadn't, like you just have a vibe about you that everything you're saying works 100% for you, and people can read that shit. You know, there's no need to have. It's like the shit way of the world that, like, to get a job nowadays, a degree is like a lot more important than it was 50 years ago, which is ridiculous.
Is it or isn't it?
No, I would not hire on paper, I can tell you that.
Yeah.
Like, I shouldn't maybe swear. Anyway.
What do you mean? We just swore like 10 times.
You know, like, what annoys me is people
Take your pants off, Mac. That's bullshit.
take your pants off.
Let's get more relaxed.
People go to doctors for nutritional advice.
Yeah.
Like, out of their years of study, like, they do maybe 10 hours tops or something on nutritional advice, and they're giving advice. Like,
That's right.
it's more practical. Like, I don't think you need my money has got me and much more experience than a piece of paper would have ever got me.
Oh, 100%. So why? Yeah, exactly right. Yep, I couldn't agree more.
You did contradict yourself a little bit
The thing
there,
is,
though, I think.
I've got the piece of paper. That's the thing. I've got the piece of paper, but my practical knowledge now is worth way more than the piece of paper.
Yeah. What do you mean he contradicted himself?
I just think there's a little bit of a contradiction with the, like, because you give people nutritional advice, didn't you say?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, but how much nutritional study have you done?
11 years.
11 years?
Been in the fitness industry for 11 years.
Yeah. No.
But you don't give people nutritional advice because that's illegal. You give people advice on how to get rid of the fear that's making them do whatever they do nutritionally. Isn't that right?
No, he said he gives like nutritional advice.
Oh,
but
you give advice.
I have people that come to me to lose weight.
Okay. Yeah.
And so, as a strategist, what are you eating? What can you eat? Yeah. What do I recommend?
Yeah.
Where's your acidity levels in your body? Where's your pH level at? Why? This is the thing. Like, why do you crave certain foods? Okay, cool. Why are you having 3 coffees a day?
Yeah.
So on the pH balance of the human body is meant to be 7.36. You're living at like level 3 all day. No wonder you are lethargic, have brain fog, have to have 3 coffees to get you through the day. So therefore, as a strategist, right, how can I make you a bit more alkaline? First thing you're going to do in the morning is have bicarb soda and lemon. Bang. Last thing you do before night, you have bicarb soda and lemon. Every time, about half an hour before you eat, have a tablespoon of apple cider vinegar. Does that work? Come back to me in 2 weeks. What's changed? Cool. And then we go from there.
Yeah, and what I was saying on the contradictory thing, All I was saying is you're a little harsh on maybe the doctor in a way. The point we're all making is it's life experience and how good you are at whatever skills you've picked up, and results are results. That's what I was trying to say.
That's what I said before. I was like, fuck, I shouldn't say this. But I was just guessing numbers.
Yeah, for sure. What about this?
Hey, just quickly, what does bicarb soda do?
Oh, and for athletes out there, it's also a lactic acid buffer.
Oh, yeah.
So bicarb soda is on the pH scale is a 10. And so humans is 7.36 naturally.
Mm-hmm.
Water, so we want to have more pH in our body.
You just want to be slightly alkaline. Yep. So when we
less acidic, isn't it?
Yep. Yeah. So think of a swamp, and it's stagnant and it's got moss and fungus and stuff in there. That's acidic.
Yep.
Think of a nice running stream. It's beautiful. It's clean. It's filtered.
Moving. Beautiful stream.
It's got oxygen in it.
Yep.
That's alkaline. Alkaline is oxygen. So there's certain foods such as beetroots that are severely alkaline. They create more oxygen in our body. Same thing such as like asparagus and avocado, and I could talk about that all day, but I won't. So just become slightly alkaline. The bicarb soda is a really fast way to become alkaline. And so if you're going out and you have a big night out in the town, when you come home, have a teaspoon of bicarb with some water and half a lemon. Everything we consume either affects us in an alkaline way or an acidic way. Mm-hmm. Alcohol being acidic, most of the hangover is the toxins in our body.
Yeah.
You could be hungover just from lack of sleep, but what the bicarb will do is it will take you from an acidic state, then you go to sleep, and it will repair itself. And then as you wake up, you should be, depending on how much you drank, more alkaline. So
you feel a bit better.
Yeah, and for athletes, before a workout, have about 45 minutes before a workout, have bicarb soda because it will it's like a lactic acid buffer. So you'll get out more reps for longer.
Okay.
Because acid is acidic.
Interesting. So what about this shaman?
Shaman.
What's the go there, mate?
I would love to tell you. I would love to tell you. This is funny, right? I just go into his house, I lie on a table, I shut my eyes, and he just does his magic.
Really?
What do you mean?
I didn't really sell that.
So he just takes your pants off
Jacks
and
you off.
Yeah,
he just does his
Bill's my
magic.
shaman.
So
Bill's my shaman.
I try to get him to educate me, and what he does is he just opens up portals, and he speaks a whole nother language.
Hang on a second.
Yeah.
You are speaking a whole nother language.
Yeah,
we got to remember.
yeah.
We got to remember.
Slow down there,
we got to
pal.
remember that there's somebody out there listening to this that's like, this sounds like fucking
Jibber jabber.
So we always have to be wary of that. I feel like. So, and I think for your benefit as well. You don't want to sound fucking airy-fairy.
You don't want to sound
So
jibber
what do
jabber.
you actually do, and what does he actually do?
This is the thing. He speaks languages like, says words like portals that I have no fucking idea. But anyway, he just, I couldn't even tell you. I'm not even doing him justice, but he's just been absolutely incredible. He's just fast-tracked a lot. Energetically wise, he works on the soul. So he just works on the soul to free it wherever it needs to go, to unlock any blockages within your chakras. And I've also had a philosophized? No.
Psilocybin.
Yeah, that one.
Oh, yeah.
A ceremony with him.
Yep.
It was really nice and gentle. That went all night. And so he does little ceremonies like that. That
All
was
night, eh?
Yeah.
Sorry. Me and Tommy looked at each other. We're so immature.
So he's a prostitute.
Well, I couldn't make a gag here.
Sorry.
Hang on, Matt. So let's go back to you walk into his house and he fucking whatever. But do you to unblock your chakras or whatever? So
what does that mean?
You lie down and he fucking. I'm not just gonna make a gag. And he
does some crazy shit.
Dude,
Like what?
honestly,
If
what
you're
I'm
not
picturing
open-
right now
Yeah.
is you lying down and him going,
Yep.
That's what he's doing.
Yep.
And so how does that help by going,
I don't know, but he charges me for it and I feel good afterwards. No, dude, and this is the thing. I can't do him justice.
Yeah.
He just comes and works his magic, and just things happen after I see him.
who is this dude?
His name's Adam Mustafa.
Adam Mustafa.
Yeah, like what's his background?
The
Like,
shaman.
yeah.
What is a shaman?
you
No,
said
so
that.
and this is the thing. Like, I'm a big vision person. I met him one day, and he just told me shit that no one else knew about me. He's just like, I'm picking all this energy up. You should come to me. I'm like, wow, how did you know that? And so I just went to him and just did a couple of sessions with him, and he's just opened up another world. And this is the thing. What he's done is he's just opened up that world, and then I've gone and researched more into it and read more books and got into some crystals and getting into crystals and sacred geometry and all that stuff.
Okay. Okay, cool.
So, all right.
That stuff's another world.
That's another
I
world,
can't.
yeah.
Yeah, I'm not. I can't get. I don't know. I can't get my head around it. But that's okay.
And I can't either, and that's why I can't do it justice.
That's all right.
Yeah.
So what about so psilocybin's just magic mushrooms, right? Well, that's the main drug in magic mushroom. I know that.
Yeah.
So
Is
what's
it it's just magic mushrooms, is it?
psilocybin's magic mushrooms?
Yeah.
Yeah. So what's a psilocybin ceremony look like? Are you just eating magic mushrooms, or is there more to it? Like
No. So it's very, very sacred. So we cleared a lot of space. We had a lot of crystals. We had this nice little rug down there. And
Hang on a second. What crystals? Talk about what's. You've mentioned that twice now.
Yep.
I'm just going to break you down and pull it apart because I want to know more about it. I'm sure people like,
it's
what the fuck
interesting.
is with
It's really
crystals? You know, like, so
Yeah, absolutely. And this is what I'm only just getting into. So my knowledge, every time I go and ask my shaman, he's like, when the time is right, you'll find out. I'm like, dude, just tell me. He's like, when the time is right, you'll find out. So crystals have energy to them. They're connected to somewhere around the earth, and that brings some sort of energy to the room, is my understanding of it.
Okay.
Different crystals do different things. And so I went into this little room with him and we dosed. It was only a small amount of mushies, and we dosed that and we had it in a nice tea and we just sat back and I just started to meditate, and then it was in a nicely lit room and had my eyes closed, and just these real good visions came through and you know, he was just channeling. He was just channeling everything through me. He was telling me to breathe because at some point he's just like, you need more oxygen, so I start to breathe more. Or, you know, I was thinking this thought and he's like, it's okay. Whatever you're thinking right now is totally okay. And it was just, it was really, really magical. And one of the images that I saw was the end of something. I saw a lot of people with their hands up because I'm speaking on stage and I want to be like Tony Robbins, impacting hundreds of millions of people. 100 millions, 100,000 people around the world. Anyway,
Millions
maybe.
Yeah,
He's impacted a lot of people for a long time.
for sure.
Probably hundreds.
Yeah.
And so I want to get up on stage, and so what I saw was a symbol of, this is at the start of the year. I saw me getting out of CrossFit, and I saw, say, some members being sad that I was going, and that was like on one half of the scene was death, but not scary death. It was just the end of something. And on the very next part of the scene was the opposite. So one was dark and one was light. And one was like, no, don't go, and they're reaching out. And then the other side was the same posture with their hands up saying, come, like, yes, like they're roaring, they're excited and they're screaming. And so just something like that gave me the confidence to go, okay, the path I'm on right now to get out of CrossFit is the right journey for me. It's time. It's time because there's something bigger and better waiting for me.
And so does he sit or does he take the tea as well?
No, he takes it because he needs to channel it with me.
Oh, right. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
And okay, it's interesting. Yeah, I remember when we were speaking about the mushies and stuff that I did and all that sort of stuff. I feel like it was the most significant event of my whole life. And even though like I didn't even look into it or meditate or anything, it was just like a part that changed my life. Probably because I was fucking hating every second of it. But it'd be interesting to go back on and do it again.
Well, this is not a, you know, I do this stuff for a very spiritual connection. And
Yeah, you were doing it to...
I was doing it to get home.
To
go.
party.
Yeah, I was doing it to party, yeah.
This was dosed.
Yeah.
You know?
So this was the right amount and the right setting and the...
Yeah.
Set and setting is the biggest thing
Set and
they
setting.
say, you know. And
Yeah.
your set
My
and
setting
setting
was atrocious.
yeah, with the boys.
where
yeah,
was yours?
Let's eat some mushies.
My setting was with a friend of mine. We had been pissed every single night before. And we decided to get on it just
In
because.
Australia or?
Yeah, up in Byron Bay.
Oh, yeah.
And we were hanging with some mates that were all just drunk. They weren't on anything else. And then they started, like, when it really kicked in hard, they were like going and turning the light on and off.
No wonder
That's
you
why you had
freaked
to-
out.
They were turning the light off and on, and they were going, "Wait, Tommy, what's it?" And then it was so fucked, and we started like, it was so scary. And then
The worst thing to be around is drunk people, I reckon, if you're
Mate,
on magic mushrooms
the
or something like
tenant
that.
came down from upstairs. She was making so much noise and started yelling at all of us. And I will never
landlord, you
forget
meant?
the landlord. Yeah, and I will never forget the tenant. Wait, what's it? I will never
So
forget.
childish. Awesome, though.
I will never forget that landlord like screaming at me and just thinking that this is not fun. I was shocked, but I'm never going to do them again. I can't ever do them again.
So
now.
yeah, it's I've done DMT a couple of times, and this was just the next step. But I asked my shaman when I first knew he did this stuff, and he just goes, "When the time is right, I'll know." And so we just did a couple more sessions, and say 6 months later, he's like, "Okay, your soul's ready for this now."
So what does he mean by that?
And this is the thing, I don't know. I just trust him. I trust him almost with my life.
Really?
I think it would just mean that Mac's ready for it.
Yeah, you're
I
right.
would say.
So
if your soul's ready for it, you're ready for
You're
it.
ready for
If you're not ready for it, your soul's probably not ready for it.
Yeah.
yeah,
Let's be honest.
And so over these, over the sessions previous, he was just doing a lot of energetic work, just making sure that, all the blockages were released, and anything that went out on the spiritual realm, I don't know what he did. That's the thing about it. But he said, "Okay, now you're ready for it," and so I just trusted him and went through with that.
And are you planning on doing ayahuasca with this dude, or? Remember you mentioned that when we had lunch the other day. You were thinking about it, or?
I have ayahuasca booked in for December.
Oh, do you?
Wow.
Really?
And
so how's that different?
only under his guidance.
Yeah.
When I found out about ayahuasca a couple of years ago, I'm like, yeah, let's just do this. And it's very, very special to me, and I want to make sure it's right.
Yep.
It's nothing party. It's just purely to connect with myself and just to see who I really am, and just to get that reassurance of what my purpose is, because I think I'm living my purpose and I absolutely love it. And it's apparently the thing with ayahuasca is you just see yourself.
Yeah.
You see your true self. No ego, no nothing. You just see who you are, and sometimes you get answers and sometimes you don't, and I don't know what to expect. He says I'm ready for it. It's taken a while for me to get there, and I'm looking forward to it. But whatever happens will happen,
So you don't feel like it's something that you should just jump into and just do ayahuasca? You've got to build yourself up.
No, absolutely.
Yeah. Well, how does that tie in with you, Bill? Because you're pretty keen to do it.
Yeah, I mean, I think there's a very distinct difference between your experience and Mac's experience. Two ends of the spectrum. I'm exactly where Mac is. I think I haven't done DMT. I haven't had magic mushrooms in my life. And a lot of people say that you should or whatever, and you should get yourself ready for it. But a lot of people say you don't have to do that. If you're going there for the right reason, you're going there for the right reason. Really, I think. And set and settings, everything. Your thing is none of us in this room, when we're talking about really magic mushroom, psilocybin, DMT, ayahuasca, whatever, none of us are really doing it for a party.
Oh no!
No way.
This point in
Absolutely
our lives,
not.
No way.
And we're doing it to try and, like what Max said, try and see if we can get guided down
exactly.
the right path or whatever. So
And I don't
That's
recommend anyone does it. This has purely been my choice.
It's just your thing.
I don't
Yeah,
mention
it's what
this to
works for you.
clients.
No.
I'm always 100% honest, but I don't recommend anyone does it. I don't not recommend anyone does it. It's just my choice, and it's my journey that I'm
Yeah,
going
for sure.
on in a spiritual way now. I'm ready for it. I think I'll just do it this once, see what it's like, and keep going,
So, and this is, and again, devil's advocate. I'm just playing devil's advocate.
Please.
So, what do you say to the reason why I asked who this guy is I meant basically what's his background. Like, if he's going to run you through an ayahuasca ceremony, what's his background in ayahuasca? Because obviously, I read a really good article. I'm reading Supernatural at the moment, which is pretty much about DMT. Anyway, it's a book on this path. Anyway, I read an article that Graham Hancock shared the other day about the rise of ayahuasca. It's killing ayahuasca. And it was basically, obviously, like there's all these celebrities in Hollywood that are, it's just the party, it's the party drug. And a lot of people think that it's just a matter of time before ayahuasca becomes the next cocaine, because cocaine obviously was
Yeah.
the Amazonian or South American, herbal medicine for for marching. That's why it's called marching powder. Marching long distances for altitude sickness. That's what you use the coca leaves for. Coca tea, whatever. And then it became cocaine, and now it's all over the world. And a lot of people think that it's going to be the same with ayahuasca, and it's kind of. A lot of people say it's kind of fucking the ayahuasca because there's only so much in the forest, and now it's becoming like really mainstream.
Right.
Like, what makes you confident in A, doing it with this guy? Like, what's his background? Because is he? I'll leave that at that. And B, like, yeah, for me,
you're
I feel
worried
like I
that
need
if
to do
someone goes to someone like in Melbourne or in Australia, that it could be just some run of the mill fucking. Criminal that's just whatever.
Well, that's one of the big things that people say you have to be worried about. So
exactly.
How come this guy can run you through a ayahuasca ceremony? Like, what's his background?
So, first of all, he's not doing the ceremony. He doesn't deal with this. He just knows someone that he trusts, and I trust him.
Okay.
So he's not doing the ceremony at all. He doesn't get involved in this. He's done it himself, and again, that was his journey. He went to South America, and the place he's done it in Australia is through this person, and he said it was better than his experience in South America, and he 100% trusts this person, and he would recommend that it's safe enough for me. So I'm going on his recommendation.
Fair enough. A lot of the shamans in South America now are Westerners as well.
Yeah,
like we interviewed.
Yeah, we interviewed one. Yeah.
We interviewed one.
Did ya?
Yeah, but
we had technical difficulties with it.
Yeah, by technical difficulties,
Yeah.
we mean technical
We
difficulties.
mean technical.
Yeah, I don't think he'd be listening to the show.
No.
It was. Yeah, we're not airing it. It didn't do it. I don't think we
It
did
didn't
have
do
some
him justice.
It didn't do ayahuasca justice.
And this is the thing that I'm very sorry about. I'm not doing my shaman justice. I don't know what he does, but I know what he does is absolutely amazing.
Yeah, for sure.
And I trust
and
him.
that resonates in the way you talk, man. So people wouldn't get the wrong vibe.
And but yeah, listen, I'm excited for that, and wherever it takes me, And it's in my eyes, it's medicine, and it's all about healing, and on a spiritual level. It's definitely not a party. I'm not going there for to do anything wild. I'm really going there just to see where my soul's at.
Yep.
Because this universe that I've discovered this year, this universe that we can't see or hear, is just such a magical place, and I'm really looking forward to exploring that.
Okay, guys, just a quick little break there. Just want to break it down. Break it down. Let's talk about True Pride, Bill. Talk about True Pride for me.
True Pride, guys. So True Pride are a wealth creation service you want to use if you want to get ahead in your life. So basically, if you're a broke uni student or you're somebody that wants to save for a holiday but you don't have all that much cash, then you can use their wealth creation service to set a budget and try and save a ton of money without changing your lifestyle. So what that means is they'll set parameters and programs up where you can get a bank feed to see where you are spending your money. They can give you little tips and tricks and little wins and big wins there to save money. And then their average is to save $300 per month for the cost of $97 per month. $300 or $600?
$297.
No. The saving.
Oh, yeah, no.
No, it's $150 a week. So it's $600 a month.
So 150 times 4 is $600.
Yes, per month. So head to, also guys, if you're looking for any other investments as well, they have different levels of investment capabilities. Head to truepride.com.au/ADVF. It's been a long day, guys, sorry.
It has been a long day.
ADVF, and book a call, have a chat, see if it works for you, and then if it does, you get a joining fee of $297 waived for free.
Carve, Bill. Carve.
Carve are what was it? I forget how to do. They're a knife sharpening.
So
a knife sharpening company.
Carve is a knife sharpening company, guys. It originated in the 70s under Stephen Knife. So Stephen Knife was, he was an edgy individual. He was completely made of silver, and he actually started up a business over in the Philippines.
He has a large family too.
He's got a very large family.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, the whole cutlery family is extensive.
They all started from Stephen. They're like rabbits, the knives.
They go to town. I mean, knives and spoons.
I heard he was
Cork
heavily polygamous.
He was.
He used to fuck forks.
Tons of forks.
Yeah,
Tons of forks.
He would dip
He used
his
to fork forks.
He would dip his blades into cutlery sets.
Oh, whole sets. Chinese plates.
Kadoosh.
Yep.
Manak. In the hummus.
Hun. He'd
Menage a twerk.
Menage a cutlery. He would. Look, he had many relationships. Now he's a good dude. I mean, just pretty quiet. But he developed this business called Carve, guys. Now, Gary, so Carve are a wealth creation service.
No,
that's actually true.
No, they are not. This has been a terrible read.
This sucks.
I wonder if people actually leave the show at this point, or
they want to hear us, and get a little bit naked. Hummus. All right, so Carve, guys, Carve. Now, I said at the start of the show, you've got the Henderson account closing at 9 a.m. tomorrow. Look, let's just be honest here. They help us a lot with our shows. They do all the stuff that Bill and I don't want to do. We've got some really good guys over there. Guys, if that can help you out with your business and your project, we've helped you out. Feels great. Head to www.carve.ph/ADVF to get 10 free hours. Okay? Do it. Back to the show. Hey, let's just jump to some good about the science real quick. Now, remember the way this works, mate? It's pretty straightforward.
Remember the way this fails, mate?
Yeah,
remember the way this doesn't work?
Yeah. All right, they're good. November 17th was a big day in the lives of Paulo Gabriel de Silva Barros and Catucia Jorge Mineral Barros. The Brazilian couple, funnily enough, married in September after an 8-year relationship, but Thursday was when they got their wedding gift they'd wanted for years. Official recognition from Guinness World Records is that they are the world's shortest married couple. Both Paulo, 31, and Catucia, 28, have dwarfism. He is 35 inches tall, so that's how tall you are lying down, I believe. And she is 35.88 inches tall.
You fuckhead.
So she's actually slightly taller than him. With a combined height of 71 inches, so that's how tall I am lying down, obviously. They beat our previous record holders, fellow Brazilians Douglas Mastrabrega de Silva and Claudio Pereira Rocha, who are both 35 and 36 inches respectively. Now, question is, if you guys could hold one world record, what would it be and why? But not hypothetically, as in I wish I had the fucking biggest cock in the world. One world record where you could realistically, if you gave it a bit of practice, see yourself actually holding. See, I think I could eat real quick. I reckon
You could beat Kobayashi.
I reckon I could beat Kobayashi.
Another show we had technical difficulties with.
Yeah, we had another technical difficulty. That's right. That was a language barrier.
While I stall and think, I'll tell you a story I saw. I'm not often on Facebook. I was scrolling through yesterday, and there was a world record of a bungee jumper dunking a biscuit in tea. That was awesome.
That was insane. I was like, what was the world record for? Was that the only dunked biscuit?
It was just I don't know, the highest dunked biscuit.
Yeah, it was so strange, wasn't it? But the dunk was so smooth.
Oh, it was great.
I got a little,
a little bit of a technical difficulty.
It was such a good dunk. Now, Bill. Shit his beard.
I always felt sorry for the guys that had the world's longest fingernails. They grow that long that they actually
and they curl.
Yeah, but it becomes part of their finger. That gets nerves and stuff. So they can't cut them.
Yep. You mean that chick with the real long ones?
Yeah.
Well, that's slightly trailed off.
I don't really have one, man. I don't know what it would be. Fastest.
I reckon I'd definitely give Kobayashi a run for his money. I reckon he'd
what about the bear?
What was the bear one?
Well, remember Kobayashi said his biggest nemesis was the bear, the grizzly bear.
Oh yeah, because he can eat. Yeah,
Kobayashi, this dude, we had him on the show, is a world champion eater, and
great eater.
And there's a YouTube. I was doing some research before the show. We can't air the show because of the language barrier. We sat down. There was no technical difficulties. It just couldn't happen.
How are you, mate? Oh, we thought it was
we thought it was not going to be like that. But I watched a YouTube video of him versus a bear. In a hot dog eating contest. It was sick. Had Bruce Buffer's brother, the original one. The guy that's let's get ready to rumble. Michael Buffer.
Time.
Michael Buffer announced the Kobayashi versus a bear in a hot dog.
Cool. Was it lactic acid buffer?
Was it bicarb soda buffer?
Bicarb soda buffer.
What do you got next, Tommy?
A 28-year-old South African endured a rare case of penile strangulation after squeezing his wedding ring around his sex organ, also known as penis, hamal, ham, Dong. Vietnamese Dong. Johnson. Hammer and tackle. Around his sex organ for erotic reasons, according to the South African Medical Journal. The unmanned man was apparently attempting to use the wedding ring as a substitute cock ring, also known as hamal ring, ham ring, penis ring. Sorry. A sex toy that holds blood in the penis to heighten sexual response. The ring caused the man's penis to swell up so much that he was unable to remove it. When the patient's mother brought him to a hospital in Limpopo, 4 hours after, his penis was erect and blue, according to doctors. Now, gentlemen, what's a situation where you found yourself stuck in? Any penisy situations?
Stuck in.
Or just a situation where you couldn't really sort of physically remove yourself from?
You're talking about like
Nothing penisy.
Nothing penisy. Oh, so I had plenty of penis ones. I can't think of the other ones.
I went, this is not probably a good story, it's a penis one, but I just went caving one time and I got stuck where I had to get, so we were going down underneath these rocks and I got fairly broad shoulders and the only way I could go was one hand like this and one arm there and I got stuck.
Man, I couldn't do that.
I had to get pushed from one end and pulled through the other end to get through. And that was a terrifying time.
Were you freaking out?
Yeah.
Yeah. I would have hated that.
Yeah, because no one could either get out. I was blocking the entrance as well.
Oh, man, I would have hated that. My worst... There's a Simpsons episode where Homer gets stuck in a slide. Even that freaks me out. I would hate that.
We had a dude on an adventure trip had that happen to him. Oh. Going through... So we did the rock climbing at Joshua Tree National Park. And so that was like on the itinerary. That's what we're doing. And we finished early and they're like, if you guys want, we can go exploring through the rocks. You know how in Joshua Tree there's like those huge stacked rock formations that are just randomly stacked. That you're like, fuck, how the fuck did they get there, Like, anyway, so you can go and do like kind of exploring through there. Like, so you go climb up the top and then work your way down and out the bottom. And it takes it's like an hour's work. It's pretty hard and some cool climbing in there, really fun. So we went and did that. And the guide said to one of our clients, Sean, he said, hey, Sean, just so you know, this bit's really tight. Like, it's really, really tight. Sean is like a big dude, like solid dude, He said, it's really, really tight. There's another way that you can go. And Sean's like, do you think I'll make it? The guide goes, yeah, you'll make it. Sean's like, yeah, I'll give it a go then. He was sweet. He was no worries. Anyway, I went through before Sean and I felt my chest like rubbing up against this rock.
Oh, yeah.
I thought to myself, fuck this.
So
and I'm like, fuck. I didn't know what to say. I'm like, hey, Sean, it's pretty tight, man. He's like, no, I'll be good. Anyway, he starts sliding down feet first and he gets stuck in between this rock crevice and he was fucking stuck for like 15 minutes.
Oh, was he freaking out?
He was calm as fuck. I was internally freaking the fuck out.
Yeah.
I wanted to kill this guide, the guy that had like kind of let us do it. Like he gave him the warning, but like he still probably should have just said, "Hey, don't go down this way. Like there's another way." Anyway, so we had to have the guys at the back pushing on Sean, and I was fucking pulling his legs as hard as humanly possible. It was the most fucking nerve-wracking thing that I've ever been through. Yeah. And it was on an adventure trip, so that's not good.
So how did he get out there?
He just it was about he had to breathe out we had to come up with tricks all right, so Sean, so breathe out as much as you can, so he'd breathe everything out, and then we would push and we would pull, and he would have his heel locked on something, because rock climbing, you get little crevices, he'd find a hold basically with his feet and pull with his legs, all this different shit, and then ended up being that he had to lift his hips up and down, and you would make 5 mil every time. It was a real, and he was kind of when he got out there, he was stoked. He was really calm and collected the whole time, and he was proud of himself because for him, he hadn't done any CrossFit before or anything, and he did his first workout with us on the first day. He'd always wanted to do CrossFit, never had the confidence to do it. Anyway, he was chuffed with himself, stoked, because he was done everything that everyone else had done, and because he's a big dude, there's probably some stuff in his life that he hadn't been able to do really. So it was awesome by him. He was sweet, but for me, I was all right. I spoke to the dude afterwards. I'm like, hey, next time that shit comes up, let's not fucking do that.
Just be safe.
Yeah.
Let's just, Anyway.
Science. Infant brains have powerful reactions to fear. Babies as young as 5 months old possess networks of brain cell activity that react to facial emotions, especially fear. So networks for recognizing facial expressions are in place shortly after birth. This is a quote from Catherine Stamoulis of Harvard Medical School. This work is the first evidence that networks are involved in a function that is critical to survival, such as the recognition of facial expressions, which come online very early in life. Now, I found this really interesting because I was watching, what's his name? Richard Dawkins, talking to some fundamentalist Christian about how we haven't evolved from the chimps or whatever. But doesn't this just further prove that we are just species like chimps, and that we have those, because that network actually tends to go away after sort of 5 to 12 months. And I don't know, I just thought I'd bring it up. What are your thoughts?
Thanks for bringing that up to me.
What are your thoughts?
Well, I think it's amazing. And I reckon there's tons more stuff like that, well, I don't know, it's just really interesting to me.
Well,
we can hold our breath for way longer, up to 6 months old, like minutes in the water, because we used to fucking swim around all the time as fish.
Just on that, I've just ticked past the 2-minute barrier.
With Wim Hof?
Yeah, I'm up
How
to
good is it?
2 minutes and 7 seconds I just did the other day.
Yeah, it fucking works, doesn't it?
Yeah, it's cool.
Did you do it?
Nah.
Yeah, it does work.
I haven't been doing it.
It's pretty much hyperventilation, though, isn't it?
What it does is it neutralizes you. It makes you alkaline, because alkaline's oxygen.
I never
right?
understood that part.
That's
though.
what Wim Hof talks about in that
I know,
podcast.
yeah.
Every second of every.
I know, but I
fucking
never understood
day.
that. I've spoken to the man, and I never
And
understood
so
it.
disease can only live in acidic conditions.
100%.
Right, so your obesity, your all that stuff.
Cancer?
Cancer. It's all in the acidic. When you're alkaline, your cells can move and excrete waste efficiently and effectively. And so what the oxygen does, remember, alkaline equals oxygen, just brings in a lot of oxygen and just gets things moving. Gets things moving. And so for clarity, that's why food is medicine. You don't need pills. You need, maybe some instances. I'm not going to say all pills.
Yep.
You need food for clarity, motivation, confidence.
Yeah, for sure. Food's a drug. So, what? All right. So for breakfast, I'll probably have like a bit of casein protein, some milk, a banana, and some creatine. Because I'm, in case you haven't recognised, I'm bulking. I'm pretty, So that with a bit of toast, and then I'll probably have 4 meals of just brown rice, vegetables, tuna, and then at night I'll probably have 1 large chocolate fudge cake. Is that? No, I won't eat that. But is that like what? How do I get more alkaline than that? I don't even understand it. Speak to me, mate.
How long do you have? Now, listen. I would add in some, say, asparagus and some avocado into your.
I have avocados,
into your smoothie in the morning.
Yeah.
I would probably drop your casein protein. I would try and maybe add in some. What do you got? Avocado, some organic greens.
Yeah.
Some spirulina, chlorella.
I've never heard of those. What'd you just call it?
Coralina.
Yeah, it's a good place just off the outside of Belgium, actually. Yeah.
Just think greens. Think greens.
All the time.
More veggies. In a real quick format, just veggies, dude.
Yeah. So you're off meat now.
I'm off meat. I'm more pescatarian. I'll have meat for convenience.
Yep.
It'll. I'm not going to be that guy that's not eating this because of this, and I'm going to put everyone out. It's like, dude, yeah, cool. I'll have some meat. I still enjoy the taste, but for a health benefit for me, because meat actually leaves acidic residue, right?
Okay.
So therefore,
it's good.
After a meaty meal, you become more acidic.
Oh,
Acidic's bad. In case you haven't been listening to the last half hour.
Okay.
Yeah,
I should relate.
So therefore, acidity also creates high inflammation.
Yeah.
So now that I've switched my diet to a lot more of plants and fish, I'm needing less sleep. I'm recovering a lot better. I'm just feeling so much more confident and have so much more clarity. Like I don't have brain fog. I'm not needing the coffees. Even something simple like adding lemon to my water, just to make that more alkaline. Just things like that. Just simple tips you could do.
So, what about your protein intake then? Let's just hit that age old.
Heaps of protein.
I use,
You just don't eat meat, right?
Yeah, I eat a lot of fish, a lot of eggs, but it's
Chicken?
organic eggs from people that I know that they have their hens and chooks in their backyard.
Yeah.
So I know what they're being fed. And for protein, I'll use something like collagen.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So, okay. Is that like bone broth and stuff?
Yes. Yeah. Bone marrow.
Bone marrow, yeah.
The other thing is, what else? I've just lost it.
Hard drugs.
So I'll use collagen in my protein in my shake in the morning,
Oh, okay.
and that will be my protein in that.
All right. Yeah. Bill, you gonna jump on?
Jeez, I love the toasted meat.
Yeah, it's good, isn't
It's
it?
good.
I'm not denying that.
How good's a big burrito? Bit of pork, bit of chicken.
See,
MDMA?
and then so I've gone
Hard to get out of that.
totally off bacon. So this is a massive flip that I've done, say from 12 months ago to now as well.
Still on. Still on.
I'd leave that open, man.
Yeah, we're still good. It just went to sleep. That's recorded as well.
We're recording on Tommy's computer for the first time to anybody listening,
Well,
and he's
he-
just mid shoulders, and that's a wrap.
Yeah. Jesus
Is it
Christ.
definitely still recording?
Yeah, it's still recording. That pause button means it's recording, yeah? So why off bacon?
So just because pigs don't really have sweat glands, and so this is just my belief in this. I don't put this on anyone. It's again my journey, and so all their toxins get stored in their fat, and so bacon's quite highly fatty.
Yeah, and that gives. Well, you're the first one that said to me that bacon's real shit for you. Like gives you cancer and all that.
There was all those studies that came out like 2 years ago, and again, I don't have the study in front of me, and I didn't write the study so far.
Well, you know,
but
let's you know.
But there was all those studies that processed meat and bacon in particular gives you cancer. And
But doesn't everything give you cancer?
yeah, well,
Water?
the thing was,
Well, here's the thing: cancer grows in an acidic environment.
the thing
Stay
was,
alkaline,
Yeah.
and you will help.
minimise the risk.
Because that's the thing. You gotta think about what the actual animal itself is eating as well. Listen, according to the American Institute for Cancer Research, just 1.7 ounces of processed meats consumed daily, less than 2 strips of bacon, can increase a person's risk of colorectal cancer by 21%. No amount of processed meat is considered safe for consumption.
Yeah, that's right. And when that came
Shit,
out,
that is insane.
when that came out, that was like scientifically proven. Everyone agrees. It's like this isn't fucking pseudoscience. It came out, and do you guys remember when that came out? It was
No.
about a year and a half ago.
I remember you telling me. I was like, yeah, I'm still eating bacon.
yeah,
Yeah.
Fuck you.
But
Yeah.
everyone, the only thing that happened was there was just all these fucking, like, I'm sticking with bacon memes.
Yeah.
You know, like all these gags. It was all over Facebook. And I was like, hang on a fucking second. Did you guys hear what they just said? And everyone's like, ha, fuck you, science. I'm sticking with bacon. Like,
How
you know,
scary
it's
is
so
it?
crazy
No
that
amount-
you
what's
get that
processed
information.
meat? What does processed meat mean? Well,
Like cured meats, like anything like bacons, like salami,
So what about, like,
ham,
like salami and shit. Yeah.
yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
I believe.
So I reckon I'll still eat meat, right? If it's, I'm going up to my mum and dad's house and they're having a roast and, yeah, cool, I'm not going to, change their way for me, right? If I'm, if the meat has a good vibration to it, if it was farmed correctly, fed correctly, slaughtered, in a humane way and it carries a nice vibration, yeah, sure. It's the...
You gotta.
What do you mean about that vibration part?
Devil's advocate. If you say it twice, I'm gonna pull you up on it.
So if it has a good energy to it, if it hasn't been
Said the same
fed
thing with a different word.
hormones, if it hasn't been fed hormones, if it hasn't been scared all of its life, it hasn't been beaten all of its life, it hasn't...
So how do you suss that out, though?
Well, I've just stayed clear of it. I'm looking for clean sources.
Yeah.
But if,
So if it's a humanely processed and a good source of meat, basically.
just say for my cousins have a farm and they don't farm their animals, yet they will raise them, then kill them and then eat them, that I would eat.
Okay.
I would say that has a different energy to it than a factory farmed
Oh, for sure.
chicken and cow that's fed steroids and
Yeah,
all that jazz.
I think we all agree. It's
Yeah.
just when you say stuff like that. That's people like me. I'm like, what the hell do you mean by that?
What are you talking about? Yeah.
When obviously for me it's much easier to say I eat
Good meat.
good
that
meat
hasn't
that's
been fucked up all its life.
grass-fed, humanely killed fucking meat or whatever.
So what about like a good quality human? Like it's just good life, personal development, meditates a lot.
Yeah.
Just chew up a bit of the elbow. Processed meat, by the way.
Shit, call Tommy. Let's.
Yeah, we'll move on there. Processed meat.
So what about all right, Max. So what's next for you then, mate? Like you've gone, you've swung 180 degrees, and you're super happy. Like, what do you want to do with yourself now? Like, what's next?
I want to keep working with groups and individuals on finding their clarity and their motivation, helping people with weight loss, helping people just find and remove. I shouldn't say find, but find themselves and remove the fear. Where do you want to go? And I just want people to feel what I've felt, living true to myself, getting out of my head and connecting with my heart. And in doing that, I'm holding retreats now. My next one's in Bali. It's 3 days in March. And with that, I teach them, well, we remove their stories. You know, what's the story you're telling yourself? What are your limiting beliefs? We remove those, and we wake up with some sunrise meditations, and we have a whole day on how to biohack your mind and body for optimal performance. And then we also... we do this little bit of adventure thing where it's a bit of a metaphor. You can travel the road back in the past, or you can take that leap of faith. And that leap of faith, you can probably picture what that is. But it's definitely a scary event. And from that moment, the world is yours.
Okay.
Cool.
Should we do 6 and 6?
Yeah.
All right, we should.
I reckon.
Do you want to go first? Do you want me to go first?
Go for it, mate.
Macca. Rundle. What do you...
Rundle.
I know.
Macaulay Rundle.
Macaulay Rundle. It's actually Steve. Okay. What do you like to do in your spare time now?
Grow, educate, learn.
Like when your real spare time?
My real spare time, dude, I'm reading.
Yeah.
I'm just getting better.
Yeah.
I'm just developing myself.
Cool.
Because when I was down in the dumps, I wasn't growing. Now that I'm growing, I'm learning more. I'm just spreading that. As soon as I learn something, I spread it. I teach it. And it works 2 ways. A, it helps someone else, but it also helps me because everything's that reflection, isn't it? So when I'm helping someone else, I'm actually really helping myself grow as well.
It also solidifies whatever the idea that you had,
absolutely.
It's like learning a language. If you don't ever speak it, you'll lose it straight away.
Yeah. So for me, growth is happiness, and on my spare time, I'm reading how to become better, how to hack the body and mind for better sleep, for more testosterone, for more efficient ways to work out, so you don't have to spend an hour in the gym. Like my workouts now are no more than 20 minutes.
I didn't even know you worked out anymore.
Nah.
So what sort of stuff do you do?
Just circuit stuff.
Yep.
I'll always do some sort of barbell or strength.
Yep.
And I'll mix that in with some sort of gymnastic and cardio. I'm getting a lot into Ido Portal.
Yeah.
So a bit of free movement, do a lot of gymnastic stuffs on the rings. Now I'm probably going to go to, say, a park or an Anytime Fitness or something, because I don't have a CrossFit gym to work out at. But no, listen, I'll do little intervals within that 20-minute range. Yep.
And now, big inspiration. You mentioned Tony Robbins before. Do you have another one? Another big inspiration? Maybe even more general, someone you grew up with.
My girlfriend Perry. She inspired me to take that leap, and if it wasn't for her, I wouldn't have got that hunger to help people. She really brought that out in me, and once she brought that out in me, I started believing in myself, and my self-worth and respect and love went up, and I could only spread that to more and more people. So if it wasn't for her, I probably wouldn't be sitting here talking to you about my group, my speaking gigs and my retreats and my individual work.
Beautiful, man. And finally, 3 people dead or alive. Who would they be and why? To a dinner.
Can I have 2 scenarios?
How do you mean?
Dead or alive, I would go my family.
Yep.
And
they can be there. They can be there. Yeah. So you can have your family there.
It was given.
You can have your family there and your missus there.
Can I have my grandparents that are no longer with me?
Now you're pushing it.
Yeah. if it was only,
We've
got a couple of chairs in the back.
if it was being genuine, I'd love to have another chat to my grandparents that aren't with me.
Yep.
If it's not family and that you say that's a given, I would go Michael Jordan,
Nice one.
Michael Jackson,
Nice one.
Good one.
and
Michael Johnson.
and probably Tony Robbins.
Yep.
Because we've got sport, we've got music, and then he can bring some life and some finance. So I think he can develop in all areas there.
What's the first question you would ask Tony Robbins?
That's a good question.
How'd you get so big hands?
He does have massive hands, doesn't he?
Yeah, no.
Isn't he like 7
He's
foot?
got you covered.
Yeah,
he's massive.
Yeah, Mac hands.
No, I don't even know. I'd let him probably just talk to me.
Yep. Well, he just,
Yeah.
Bill.
Mac, so your favourite destination on the planet, where would that be?
As in, where have I been to? That's my favourite.
Somewhere you've been.
My favourite place would be Laos.
Wow.
Laos. And that
Really?
was back in 2000 and maybe 7 or 8, back when you could tube. Back when tubing was
I think
alive.
they've opened it up again.
Have
I
they?
believe.
Right, it's probably
think.
not the same.
Yeah.
Back when, and it was just an incredible week, probably the best week of my life. So the
Yeah.
country, the event was the tubing.
Yeah.
The country was Laos. Was the best place I've been to? I'm not sure, but
Yeah.
that time in my life in that country was
Yeah,
Laos.
that's sick.
So they
That's
closed
good.
that because it was just the most dangerous
Just
thing.
a death pit.
Yeah.
Well,
what is tubing for people that don't know?
die every
No,
couple
see,
of weeks.
I think it comes down to the individual. I think it's a recipe for disaster, but you don't have to follow the recipe. You know? You can actually float on your tube and not drown. But when
And
you
just have a nice,
And
good time.
I
See
had-
me, I'm down straight away. I'm a fucking idiot when it's in
let's
there.
go
so-
tubing with no tube and let's just get drunk and swim. Like
Yeah.
that's just silly in my. So I think silly people closed paradise, but it was just an amazing time. Yeah.
Sweet. Your dream destination, somewhere you haven't been.
Ever since I've been a little boy, I wanted to go to the moon.
The moon.
Or I say the moon, but here's probably the reality of
You'll
it.
probably be able to go there in 50 years.
Melbourne.
I want to get out of this atmosphere so I can see the world. I can see the contour of the world, you know. I've always said I want to see the world, and I believe the vision that I have in my head is from space looking down.
Sick. That's
Yeah.
probably my number one as well. 100%.
Go to the moon. Oh, I'd want to go somewhere like Interstellar. I want to go to fucking
calm down, mate.
Alpha Centauri.
Let's hold up
Hey,
about
we're talking out of it.
5 to 10 centuries until
Just hold the point.
I just think it's just such an incredible place, and living in the present moment has just really amplified that. And just to get above this amazing universe that we live in, just to see the beauty of it, to see the enormity of it, and then to realize how insignificant we are, but so significant at the same time, would just be
Mind altering.
would be ecstasy for me.
For sure.
Yeah, I'd love to go to the
Imagine
moon
going
or
to the
Mars.
moon, looking back, and then taking ecstasy. I feel like a double ecstasy.
You wouldn't need it, brother. You wouldn't need it.
just for a little kick.
All right, and finally from me, Mac, do you have any books that you recommend to people? Can be self-help, can be graphic novel, can be autobiography, anything that you just really loved that you want to pass on?
I've got 2 books that come to mind. The 2 books that have changed my life, that have influenced my life. The first one was Rich Dad Poor Dad. That
Yep.
got me on
It's
that.
my dad's favourite book.
Good book.
Yeah, it just opened my eyes up to that. You don't need that piece of paper. All you need to do is understand that money is energy, and it's the amount of energy that you want to put into it. And you can do it smart ways, and you can do it not so smart ways. You can work hard for money and prostitute yourself, you know, not in a sexual way or in a sexual way. But that's what it goes to show. It says that everyone working that 9 to 5, stuck in that rat race, is a prostitute. They trade their
Jesus.
body and time for money. Or you can do it the smarter way, and you can have your money work for you. For
sure.
And you can invest it. And since reading that book, I just sold my first investment property. I've got another one we're developing as well. And if it wasn't for that book, I wouldn't be in the financial position I'm in, which is amazing. The second book is The Honeymoon Effect. The Honeymoon Effect opened up this world. We know how I talk about vibrations and energy, and that we're connecting here without actually physically touching. That book was written by a cell biologist, and it was not a super easy read, but an incredible, addictive, enjoying read, just for the fact that there was science to spirituality. That's what I loved about it.
And there's more and more of that, isn't there? There's more science and spirituality connecting the dots now. It's like, I feel like spirituality isn't so much of a kooky thing anymore. It's like there's a lot more validation to
Well,
it.
it was up until that book, I was always open to it, but I'm like, dude, prove it to me.
Yeah.
Prove it to me. That's why I loved about CrossFit, because it could prove fitness.
Yep.
It's like, just give me the science. And then I read this book. Someone said, you should read it. And I was just like, wow. Now I know that it's, in my eyes, I know that it's right.
Yep.
It might not be right in anyone else's eyes. And that's what I'm going to believe.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's definitely a lot more of that going on with like Sam Harris and like I'm reading Supernatural Graham Hancock now. The section I'm in is remember I told you I was losing it.
Yeah,
it's gone to like now our genetic coding in our DNA and our DNA and like why it's there and talks a lot about like DMT in our body and whatever blah blah blah.
Yeah,
but cool. Well, that's it.
Where can people find you? How do we get onto Mac Rundle? And how do people get onto Macaulay Rundle?
Guys, just on social, Mac Rundle, MacRundle. Use Facebook mainly. Slowly getting onto Instagram. I'm not good at this stuff, but I am getting better with, I have to get onto that stuff to promote my retreats, but I'm already sort of selling tickets.
I think you're Mac.Rundle on Instagram.
Yeah, is it? Thanks for reminding me. Mac.Rundle.
Sure it's not Macaulay Rundle?
And, guys, just follow me on there and like what I do and keep sharing the love.
You got an email in case people want to reach out for the thingos? Facebook's pretty...
Yeah, for the retreats and for my business stuff, it's mac@macrundle.com.au or, just go to that one.
Sweet. Cool. Well, thanks for coming back on the show, mate.
Lovely. Beautiful. Thank you so much for having me.
We always miss you, mate. We always miss you.
Yeah.
Please stop by.
Thanks very much, guys.
Alrighty, that's a wrap. Alrighty, if you liked that one, guys, then great. You'll probably like the rest of our shows. So if that's the case, head to iTunes and subscribe the shit out of this show.
Subscribe.
Because yes, we have many other great shows. Many other great shows coming up. We have many. We have also leave us a rating and review. If you want the show notes, guys, if you want anything from that show, head to www.adventuretravel.com/radio. And don't forget to check out our sponsors, True Pride, at www.truepride.com.au/ADVF and Carve, www.carve.ph/ADVF. Check those guys out. And don't forget to head to www.adventuretravel.com/radio. Get 10% off any and all trips. And catch you later.
Discovery Roger, go for deploy.